In this video, we're going to focus on making a cumulative relative frequency table using the data that we see here above. So let's begin by making the table. In the first column, I'm going to write V for value. In the second column, I'm going to put F for frequency. The third column will be RF for relative frequency. And in the last column will be CRF for cumulative relative frequency. So let's start with the lowest value in our set. The lowest data value is 2. Now we need to determine how many 2's are in our data set. So we have 1, 2, 3, let's see, 4, 5. So therefore the frequency for that value is 5. Now let's move on to our next highest value. The next number is 3. And so let's see how many 3's we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a total of 8 3's, which means that the frequency for that value is 8. Now I don't see any 4's. So we're going to move on to the next highest value, which is a 5. And so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 5's. The next highest number is a 6. And so we have 1, 2, 3 6's. Now I don't see any 7's, so let's move on to 8. 1, 2, all I have is 2 8's in this list. And then the next highest number is a 9. So we have 1, 2, 3 9's. Now the next thing we need to do is basically take the sum of the frequency column. 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 4, that's 17, plus 3, that's 20, plus 2, that's 22, plus 3, so that gives us a total of 25. Next, we need to calculate the values for the relative frequency column. So take the frequency and divide it by the total frequency. 5 divided by 25, that's going to be 0.2, but we're going to write it as 0.20. Next, we have 8 divided by 25, and so that's going to be 0.32. And then let's take 4 and divide it by 25. So that's 0.16. And then we have 3 divided by 25. So that's 0.12. Now since we have another 3 here, we can also put 0.12 there as well. The last thing we need to do is take 2 and divide it by 25, which is 0.08. Now our next step is to calculate the cumulative relative frequency. But before we do that, it's helpful to basically take the sum of this column to make sure it adds up to 1. So 0.20 plus 0.32 plus 0.16 plus 0.12 plus 0.08 and then plus 0.12. This adds up to 1. Now let's calculate the cumulative relative frequency. So we're going to start with our first number, which is 0.20, and then we're going to take this number and add 0.32 to it. So that's going to be 0.52. Next, let's take 0.52 and add 0.16 to it. So that's going to be 0.68. And then 0.68 plus 0.12, that's 0.80. And then 0.8 plus 0.08 is 0.88. Finally, 0.88 plus 0.12, that's going to be 1.0. And so that's basically it for this video. So now you know how to make a cumulative relative frequency table. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and thanks again for watching this video.